All right. So thank you, Tekula, Mr. Olubodi, and very good, very good. So all of us want to be leaders. All right. So for the sake of those who are just joining us, this is Realtors Corner. It's a program put together by Leadway Property. Leadway Property is a leading real estate company in Lagos that provides sustainable solutions to investors and potential home or land owners. All right. And we pride ourselves on our digitalized platforms that enables us to carry out some seamless and transparent transaction, which empowers our realtors in the sense that the moment a transaction happens through you, then you are getting your commission immediately, even if you were not present at the point of transaction, right? So, Realtors Corner is an event that we put together to help intended realtors and experienced realtors alike to build experience, to build capacity, to help them to sell more. So if you are here, you are fortunate. If you have any kind of passion or interest in real estate, you are in the right place, because what we'll be sharing today is something that will really help you. Just like the question I asked initially, if you want to be a leader. Yes, everybody wants to be a leader, but who is a leader without a follower? Is it possible to be a leader without a follower? You cannot be a leader if you don't have a follower. So what we are raising leaders in Leadway Property. All our ambassadors, all our realtors, all our consultants, they are leaders. And a true leader must have follower in the sense that is making impact and inspiring others to follow, right? So that is the beautiful thing about today's topic. We're going to be leveraging on the intelligence and knowledge of an experienced social media influencer today, who will be showing us practically how to move from zero following to thousands of following, right? So if you are here, just make sure you stay to the very end, because there are some fantastic news and updates that I'm going to be sharing. You cannot afford to miss this.
Hello, good
All right.
evening.
Okay. Good evening, Ma. You're welcome. So that
Thank
is
you
our MD,
so much.
Madam Pasha. Okay.
I want to say a very big welcome to everybody on the call. It's good to have you every Saturday. And to our ambassador, thank you for joining this call. Thank you for accepting to share your wealth of experience with us. They always say experience is the best teacher. You can't teach what you don't know. You can't give what you don't have. So, like David said, for every one of us that are here, also note that whatever you are learning from Leadway is applicable to whatever business you are doing. If you are what we're learning today is applicable to whatever business you are doing aside from real estate. So once again, let's pay attention, note down our questions. There will be time for question and answer. And before we invite Karen, if you have any question before now, please indicate, so we'll give you the opportunity to do that while we wait for some people to join. Once it's 4:10, we are going to leave the platform for the ambassador to take over. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much for that. God bless you, ma. So that's our amiable MD at Leadway Property. So please, I want somebody to volunteer. If you were in our last training, last Saturday, I want you to remind us what we learned. Somebody here who was in our last training, tell us what what you learned. Just share with us. Because remember, we hosted Mr. Azizat and it was epic, it was powerful. So today is going to be super awesome. But then I want to do a reality check between last Saturday and today. What were the things you learned in that training and what have you implemented? Let me call on you, Mr. Olubodi from Kwara State, if I'm not mistaken.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. In summary, last week our section was highly resourceful. I have learned so many things. And then part of what I learned, I think last week I even after the meeting, we were asked to talk. I mean, to give the summary of what we learned, and I think I was able to say something. And I'm still going to buttress on what I said last week. Of course, she was actually talking about how we deal with customer, and then she also explained to us on how that real estate is one of the business that is a fast growing business. And we, just like she said, she started I think 2019, if I'm not mistaken, thereabout. And of course, or 2020, I will between that time and now, she's already, and I'm referring to the facilitator as in Miss Assisat. And she was able to explain to us some of the things. And part of the things she said is that there is this understanding we have to get that on most cases we should use our our name in transacting. And then like that of course it's also good that we partner with other real estate companies, that we have something in common that does help, like Leadway. Of course, we have property, of course when we sell we have our commission. And one of the things she said is that it's good that as a real estate, you don't just make assumption. You don't just make assumption. You make sure that you are very sure of what you are telling your client, and then you have the right information of the location of where you are proposing to your client. And one of the things I learned, she also said that when we are dealing with maybe a property, we should also look at things that are common in that environment. I mean, that will also help us to know how we are going to scale our price. And I think part of what she said last week, in which I implemented today, even I'm just coming from a site now where I went to show a client. Surprisingly, do you know that part of what she taught us last week, that we should be, one of the major things she said, one word that entered me so much last week was, she said, you should be everywhere. I mean, you should be everywhere. That on social media, make sure your presence is felt. And I think she talks majorly on feasibility. If I may put everything in summary, she talks about feasibility, that should be everywhere. Your social media handles, make use of it properly. I mean, make sure you are everywhere, something like that. And I think that I've done since last week. It has produced. Do you know the client I went to show a property to today? I'm just returning from the place. I'm on my way. That's why I'm joining this meeting. I'm not at the office yet. I'm on my way from the site. The man traveled down from Erinle, and Erinle is a place like 2 hours journey to Ilorin. And the man is coming to check a property in Ilorin while he lives at Erinle. And the one of the town that is the boundary between Kwara State and Osun State, and that is even surprising. And the truth of that, we have struck the deal already. And the man said he likes the location, everything, not even considering the and I realized that even the way I top up the price, he only said, we will not remove anything. I said, no, we are not removing anything. And that was how he said he's going for the whatever. And we have already the zeal already. And we met it was on Facebook we met, and that was that same last week Saturday. It was on Facebook. He connected.
So that same thing we did the training was when you connected with these clients.
Yes.
This is what we are talking about. Thank you very much, Mr. Olubode. So this is what we are talking about. This is the good news we like to hear. Because whatever it is we are teaching here, we are not teaching fables. We are not teaching abstract things. We are teaching practical. Even if you don't know anything about real estate before you joined, by the end of the training, you have been equipped, you have been empowered, you have received the potential. It's now left for you to expand it and put that potential energy into work. Potential energy, and then kinetic energy. A lot of you have potential energy, but then the ability to
make it work.
That potential energy to kinetic energy is what many are missing. And that is why we bring Realtors Corner, to show you that you have the potential. And then we also show you practically how to bring out the giant in you. So at this point, I'm going to be bringing on board the speaker for today. It's not just a speaker, it's a trainer. She's a trainer, and she's going to be teaching us how to crack the code of social media visibility. Maybe you are here, you have been posting on social media all your life, and the only people that like your post are just two people. That's your best friend and yourself. Nobody else is seeing what you are doing. Nobody else is it. All right. So today you will learn how to build social media following. This person I'm talking about has built over 40,000 followers on Facebook, on social media altogether. And I'm telling you, you can also do the same. So permit me to bring on board right now. She's going to be showing us a beautiful face and a sonorous voice as she shares with us. Yes. The way I'm looking at you like this, that's the way I want to see your face as well. So permit me to bring on board Miss Karen Martins Ngulia. Yes. Is somebody clapping already? Is somebody clapping already? This is an August speaker, here.
Oh my God. Sorry. Hello. Sorry. I'm having a problem trying to connect.
No problem.
Okay. Yes. So I'm here now. Hello. Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
good evening, man.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Please don't mind my hair when I ask. I thought I
Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Don't worry. Just carry on.
Alright, so I want to first appreciate those of you that joined the Filter training today. I'm quite excited for what great things and showing this great zeal that we could actually be together. So I want to welcome all officials. So before we start, I know a good number of you follow me on social media and everybody's always
Karen, is your audio is breaking? Your audio is not smooth.
okay.
So bad over here. On and off here.
Why need
It's better now. It's better. I'm going to mute the person. Don't worry.
okay. Are we good now? Is my voice a bit more clear now? Is it still
Clear this Yeah, side, please. I hear
You're
you
good.
clear. You know.
all right? All right, that's great. Now you agree with me that every business is now going online. Every company, everybody, every institution, everybody is now on social media because the world has gone digital. You realize with me that any kind of transaction you want to make, you can just go to social media. Oh, their page is Leadway. Just type Leadway on social media, and then you can have a smooth transaction. So now the key is to starting your social media visibility. Number one is to create a page. Are you a realtor? Are you an actor? Do you have a business? What do you do? That page you're creating on social media, is it a page that is showing what you do? Is it a page that when people come there, they see that, oh, this is what you do? Karen is a realtor, Mr. Michael is a realtor. And then when you go to his page, you're able to see that, oh, this is what this person did. This is what this person is doing. Now, some of you create pages for business. No, now some of you use your personal page. Let's say you're doing a business and you have a personal page on social media, and then you begin to mix it up. You're posting your personal stuffs, you're posting your business, and people come there, and sometimes it's hard to identify what you actually do because sometimes they need to scroll through all the personal things you posted there before they're able to see what you've actually posted about your business. So number one is to create a page. Get a business page for whatever you're doing. If whatever kind of business you're doing, whatever you want to start, to be able to gain that social media visibility, you need to create a page strictly for it. Now, if you notice our celebrities, most of them, they have their personal pages, and then they have pages that are business pages. They have pages that they use to do all the business and all. So it is very important for social media. It is very important for you to create a page that shows what you're doing, that the moment people come to social media, they see that this is what you're doing. Let your page be about your business. Know when to keep it business, know when to keep it personal. Your page is not a page where people come and see other things that are not supposed to be there. If your page is for realtor, it's for real estate, then let that page reflect real estate. Let's look at number 2, create content. Create content. In fact, content creators, I think, apart from the fact that people say real estate is the blood money, I think content creators are actually the next blood money people, because people are paying content creators hugely to create content for their pages. Now you've created a page, people are seeing your page. What is on that page? You just created a page and oh yes, this is a page that does this. So what are people supposed to see when they come to your page? Create content that revolves around what you do. Show people what you do. Convince people this is what you do when you come to my page. Oh, my name is Karimati, I'm an actor, I do this. Check out my page. I'm a brand influencer, and you see me influencing for some brands. You can find them on my page through content creation. Create content for your page. Content that are showing your product, content that are showing what you do, content that are talking about what you do. And number 3, I don't know, am I too fast?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Am I too fast? Okay.
No, we are following actually.
Okay, that's great. Now, number 3 is consistency. Now, if recently, I don't know if you follow Sabinus on Instagram. Recently, he said when he started, he used to have, I think he said 5 views. And they were strictly, I think, his auntie, and then him, 2 comments from his auntie, and then him replying to that comment. But what made Sabinus grow to what he is today? Consistency. He didn't give up. Some of you, because you posted the first content, oh, it has just 1 view. Oh, I cannot go on. How can I be putting content out there and it's having just 5 views? No, you don't stop. You've started. Once you quit, you've given up. So consistency is the key on social media. You need to know that hundreds of people are doing what you are doing. So what are you doing differently? Are you being consistent? Because the moment you stop, there is somebody waiting to take over. Nobody is waiting for anybody. So the moment you stop, another person is taking over, another person is the next big thing. Especially for someone who is still trying to grow their page. For those of you that are still trying to grow your pages, you need consistency. You need to have a timetable that, okay, I'm posting every week. If I'm posting 2 contents every week, then it's 2 contents every week. Then as you grow, you can shift to 1 every week, 1 twice a month, and like that. But as long as you're still trying to grow your page, then consistency is the key. Because if you create 1 content and then you give up because you did not have the number of views you expected. If you see my videos now, some of them I have over 100,000 plus views. And trust me, when I started, I was battling to have like 5. I was struggling to get to 100 views. I remember celebrating that I had 100 views. And then it got to 1,000 views. I said, okay, I could do better. Then 2,000, 3,000, and now 100,000 views plus at the least I could have on my videos. Why? Consistency. I did not give up because, oh, I had just 100 views and all, and so I would not give up. And one other thing you must note in content creation, in growing your page, especially as a starter, one other important thing you should note is the use of hashtag. When you go to Google, you can like browse what are the hashtags for today on Facebook? What are the hashtags for today on Instagram? What are the hashtags today on TikTok, on Twitter, like that? And when you post your videos, you need to include the hashtags on Twitter. No, yes, on Instagram. So most times we have hashtag viral, hashtag reels, hashtag Instagram, and then when you put these hashtags, a good number of people are able to see your videos through these hashtags. And some of these hashtags, when you try to put them on your post, you see that they have over 300 billion views. We have 300 billion people looking out for these hashtags. Now, if you notice, even celebrities who already have their platforms with huge following, they still use these hashtags. Why? Because these hashtags are what is putting you out there and bringing the million people that are looking out for these hashtags. Once these hashtags are clicked, your videos can be seen. And some people like to utilize the sponsored ads on any of the social media platforms, because when you use this for Facebook, for Instagram, they're able to get your videos to a larger number of people. Now, this is not a necessity. This is not a do or die affair, because I've personally grown my page without having to do sponsored ads. But some of you are in a hurry. Oh, okay. Are we together?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, we are good. Let's continue.
Yeah. So we're talking about making use of hashtags, as this helps to put your content out there. And then I think the last point I am going to talk about for our training today is packaging. Now, packaging for people, for content creators, packaging for anyone trying to grow your page is very, very, very important. What is the first thing that people are seeing? Is your packaging something that people want, attract people that, oh, let me see what is going on? Or it's something that they just see and pass? Because just like in photography, you see that people look for good background, they use good lightings and try to package their products before they put it out there. You're trying to sell a product, you're trying to sell a page, and then when people click to your page, what is there? Sometimes you have a profile picture that is not even reflecting what you do. For example, a page about real estate, and then a celebrity is on your profile picture. Excuse you? So you see, some of these things don't even make sense. How are you packaging that page? How are you packaging the content you are posting on that page? Now, there is something that permits you to edit the cover. For example, you're posting a video on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, any of the social media platforms. You can edit the cover to the first thing that people see when they click on your video. Now, it could be something that is at the ending of the video, but you have a way of bringing it back to be the first thing people see when they click on this video. Now, when people see this, they are impressed. They want to see what is happening. When you're able to edit to this cover and leave it as the first thing people see before they open your videos, it actually attracts more people to see the content that you put out there. And that is where I'm going to stop for today. And trust me, there is no way you will follow these steps accordingly and you still be at the same point that your page was. You will still be at the same point that you were, that your page will not grow, that your followers will not grow. Remember consistency. I love to hit on consistency. You don't give up because, oh, you have 1, 2, 3 videos that have had just 50 views, 100 views, while the other person is having 1,000 views. Okay, you will give up. Then if you give up, how do you do it? There is no two ways about it. You need to put in the effort to be able to grow your page. So if you give up, your page is just there. Nobody is going to grow the page for you. Nobody is going up. People do something that we could just buy followers. We could just buy followers. Oh, is it about we want to buy followers? When people come to my page, they see that I have followers. But these followers are not organic followers, and so they are not interacting with your post when you put them out there. For example, you got 10,000 followers, and then when you post a video, you cannot even boast of 100 views. It's just obvious that no, something is wrong when you can actually just put the efforts and grow your page. So remember, I talked about creating a page, creating your own content, consistency, hashtags, and packaging. There is no magic to it. That is how I was able to grow my pages, and I'm very certain that this will work for you if you give it a try and you are patient. Thank you very much. I'll take your questions if there are any questions for me.
Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you very much. Okay, so before your question starts coming, let me drive everything that Karen has said. Let me drive it home to a realtor point, from the realtor point of view. First, she talked about creating a page. When you are creating your page, you have to indicate what you are doing. So when people just say, when your page is coming up, it's showing already by identification you're a real estate person. And that will reflect either in your background, there's this background picture, either in your logo or whatever it is, in your description. In everywhere you need to put your description about what you do and all of that. So when people come to your page, with their first glance at your page, they know that this person is into this. Even your personal page should be able to indicate somewhere, somehow, of what you are doing. But your professional page said is purely professional. Because sometimes I see people, they match their personal page and their professional page. And so when you post here, and sometimes you are just somewhere eating your pepper soup and you just decide to take a picture, and then that picture is showing on your page, you overload your page with so much personal things that people hardly understand if it's a social page or a business page. Very important, clarity and identification. Let your reason be clear. Identify what you are doing. And the second thing she talked about, content creating. As a realtor, how do you create your content? Now you can create content when you go on site to do your videos and everything. Put in mind that video you are doing, content that you are creating, make it very informative, educative, make it fun, at the same time valuable. Don't be too serious, don't be too unserious. Just know that this is a content I am creating. Always note what is the message I'm passing across. What is that message you are passing across to your buyer is very important. Two, when you're doing your video, some people want to do their video on site. They will start from the worst place. And then so many people, the last thing she talked about you, I think it's called thumbnail, David. I think it's called thumbnail, something like that. That allows you to select the first, what you want people to see when they see that video. Please select the most beautiful, attractive. It will increase the curiosity of the people. They want to see what is this thing all about. And before they know it, they're already into your video, they're already viewing it. So when you are doing your video, be conscious about the background, be conscious about the noise, the presentation, how will it come out? Your video camera, clean the lens, set it to the best quality. You must not have the most expensive phone for you to have a good video. I'm telling you from experience. iPhone is not the phone with the most video camera. So don't say I don't have a good video. I don't have a good phone. That phone that you have, go to settings, set your camera very well. And then when you are talking, just bear in mind I am talking to people. Now, pictures can be content as well. And your content must not always be on site. You can be in the office, you can be anywhere, and you give out information in any form. Is also content. Because when we talk about content, of course, we'll be I'm camera shy. I can't do that. But let me also tell you that camera shy does not pay anybody. You see, these days, madness pays. So whatever you are doing, please add a little bit of madness into it. You see some top realtors dancing on the site, don't say, I cannot do this one, I cannot do that one. Whatever puts food on your table is very, very legit. Please do it with pride. Do it with pride. And then she talked about consistency. Let me tell you that when I started real estate, for the first 9 months, I didn't sell it. But in that 9 months, I was the most period I was very consistent. Every day, and that's why I most of the area like the back of my hand, because I was there on inspection every day, doing different videos and everything. Don't forget, on social media, people are watching. They might not be commenting, they might not be doing it, but people are watching. They want to know if you are serious, if you will be consistent, or you will just breathe in and breathe out. So keep doing what you are doing. That consistency pays. Persist, even when you don't feel like going. In fact, the day you don't feel like going, that's the day you must go. Come out. First conductor that shouts, Oshodio, he will keep shouting, whether there's somebody standing at the bus stop or there's nobody at the bus stop, they keep shouting. Even sometimes you wonder, who is he calling? Who is he trying to call? They just keep shouting. That is their business. You that you own a shop, you come out in the morning, you open your shop. The fact that you did not sell today will not make you not to come out tomorrow and sell. The fact that you went to school today, then the lecturer did not come, that does not mean you will not go to the lecture the next class. So whatever you are doing, the fact that you didn't see results or make profit in the first time does not mean it will not work. So keep showing up, keep knocking until the door opens, keep showing up until you get results. People are watching, and people want to trust somebody who is consistent. In Nigeria, say somebody will finish university, you can get any job. And I will tell you, anybody can employ a university graduate. The person might not have studied a particular course, but it means this person is teachable. If you can stay in school for 4 years, consistently, 4 years, study a particular course, it goes a long way to show your patience, endurance, your capacity to be consistent in a course. So that's why when you come out, they look at you, you stayed in school 4 years, you didn't drop out, you didn't just feel tired and left this thing. So it's kudos to you. So whatever you are doing, consistency in building your page, keep posting. I see some top realtors that are already doing very well. They post like, sometimes you see 19 posts in a day and you'll be shocked. 19 posts in a day. So I'm not saying don't go and be posting whatever is not relevant and all of those things just because you want to keep posting, but be intentional. When you start with plenty. With time, you can reduce it. And let me tell you that what you post today, somebody might come back 5 years looking for it. And once they search and your page comes up, the person will come looking for you. So don't say because you post a product today and somebody did not buy. You will see some people come back months after to come and ask of that product. Maybe the estate is sold out or something, but at least you have a lead. You have somebody who is willing to buy a property, and then you can start from there. Then another thing is, we focus so much on the social media. Let's not forget there is a business page called Google My Business. If you are doing a real estate and you do not have a Google My Business account, please include it in your to-do list. Because most times, people in Google are people who are willing to buy. They are in Google searching. So these people, they already want to buy. So they are looking for you. So be everywhere. Invisibility, be everywhere. Like our last speaker said, be everywhere. Now, I think the fourth thing after consistency is branding. You cannot sell a dream looking like a nightmare. We're not saying spend your whole money to look good. Trust me, it's not about how much you wear. It's about how you present yourself. I've seen people wearing designers, and then the way they come out, you yourself, you won't value that designer. But you see some people buy Bendan Select, iron it well, color combination, wear the right thing at the right time. A simple jean and a t-shirt. Look responsible. You are a lady, you are going to market somebody. You are wearing something, all your breast is showing, your guy, your jean is sagging. You know, you are looking so unkept, and then you expect this person to trust you with their money. And no. And if you're a girl, as if you are coming to market the opposite sex, you're already shouting, I'm available. And sometimes you distract the person. You distract the person because the person will now forget what you people want to talk about and start saying something else. And then you start hearing people say, somebody is harassing me. I've sold relationships.
Laptop.
And again, you are not under any sort of pressure. You are not under any sort of pressure. Remember, you are doing them a favor by bringing this business idea to them. So the way you package yourself, packaging means presentation, your sense of responsibility. They say dress the way you want to be addressed. I mean, this is a regular thing that you hear in every training. Dress the way you want to be addressed. That's exactly what we mean by presentation. So the way you package your page, your color combination, you know, put your page in a way that people come across your flyer. You want to put a flyer, people come across it and they are impressed. Give out quotes that you put on your page. People come there is educative. They want to also come to your page and know what's this person saying today. That's what brings people to your page. But if your page is boring, if your page is just not that entertaining, if some people in your page, you have followers but they are not engaging, that's because they are fed up. They don't want to, they feel like this person is not saying what we want to know. Let's not grow a page. I see some people do follow for follow and people just rush. You have 10,000 people and then you still don't have any engagement. So that's where we talk about organic growth. When you have organic growth, people react because they know you. They want to relate with you. They want to engage with you. So you have this feeling like you are dealing with people, not with ghosts. I've seen people with 10,000, how many thousand followers, and then you go to their page, they put a post, not even one comment. So let's not grow people that are hungry. When you do follow my page and get 1,000, follow my page and get giveaway kind of followers. When you grow giveaway kind of followers, you are growing hungry people who are only there with entitlement mentality. Once you are no longer giving, they are no longer following. So grow people who are hungry for knowledge, people with like minds, and also follow people. Some people just grow a page, they want people to follow them, they are not following anybody. Follow people, engage in other people's posts, make reasonable comments in other people's posts. People will, through your comments, come to check you out. Put yourself out there. When you make comments, give example. Like me, this is what I do, and this is what I have done. When people read that, your example of what you have done, they want to know who is this person. Just the same way you too, people will post a post and you want to go and check them out. Then I have followed some people because of their content that I saw in other people's posts. So don't be that person who is greedy. You want to be, I call it people with leadership mentality. They just want to be leader. They don't want to be followers. If some people are following you, please try and follow some reasonable people back. You can't follow everybody that is following you, but also follow some people that you can learn something from, especially those in the field that you are interested in. You are in the real estate industry and you are not following other realtors. How do you know what is happening? How do you get information? How do you know how other people are doing it? How are you assessing yourself? You should be able to model other people and say, okay, oh, this is how Fatima is doing her own real estate. This is how David is doing her own real estate. Okay, I think I can do this Fatima kind of real estate. You know, you will not look at your inner strengths and know which model works for you. In conclusion, me personally, I believe that everything I want to do, people have done. And so if somebody have achieved what I want to achieve, I think it makes the work easy for me, because what I need to do is go and study how did this person get to where this person is. And then I can apply it and even add more, which is now my own personal creativity to it. You might not oversee the person in a day, but believe you will get somewhere. And if you are consistent with that, you will go far. Don't forget the time factor and the God factor. In everything you are doing, give it time. At least you were born, you took some time before you started sitting, before you started crawling, learned how to walk, and then you started walking well, you started running, you went to school. Life is stage by stage. And in everything, the God factor, in everything you do, put God first. And also know that everybody have their God's time. Some people start real estate and they made it immediately. Others started and they made it after. So everybody's timing is different. Do not let anybody put you under unnecessary pressure that will make you go against your values and principles. Whatever God, as long as you are coming out, you are showing up and you are doing the right thing you are supposed to do, have that conviction in your mind that whatever God has ordained for you will never pass you by. Like I said, when I started my first 9 months, I didn't make a sale. But when I sold the first day I made sale, I sold 4 plots, and it's different people. Not like one person bought 4 plots. 4 different people bought from me the same day. And since that day, I've not stopped making sales. Don't forget, real estate is not an everyday product. You don't make sales every day. Not that it's impossible, but don't put your mind like, I did not sell today. No, it's not an everyday product, but it's something that when you make a sale one day, it pays your salary for some months. That one I am sure. So the same way somebody is going to work every day to get a salary at the end of the month, tax yourself. You are the boss of yourself, no doubt. But please work like you are a subordinate in your own company, so that you will not have the bossy mentality of waking up and you feel like, I don't feel like going out. Oh, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. After all, nobody is going to punish me. If you treat your business like a part-time, your business will treat you like a part-time. If you treat it like a full-time, it will treat you like a full-time. So as much as you are the boss of yourself, have a timetable, have a schedule for your business, and follow it like your life depends on it. And I can assure you, it will pay off. I have done it. It has worked for me. I keep saying it. I've worked private sector. I've worked in government, in public sector. So I resigned. So I tell people, when I say these things, I'm saying it from experience. Real estate pays, but you have to put in the work. You must learn the industry. You must get the product knowledge, the industry knowledge. You must put in your quota. And then with time, you might not need to be doing much because you have actually done the work. That's when you start getting passive income. And while you are at it, try and build a team. When you are building a team, see it in 2 ways. See it as helping someone get job or putting food on somebody's table by bringing them to the opportunity. And then see it as building passive income for yourself. What this does for you is the day or the month that you did not make sale, God will let your downline make sale and you still get commission. As you are going for training, invite your downlines. As you are going for anything that will benefit you, invite your downlines. We rise by raising others. It will in turn pay you back, because if you grow sales bulldozers, I've seen people that the money they made in real estate was indirect commission, not direct. Like the money they used to do tangible things in real estate was indirect commission. Reason because their downlines were more of a salesperson than them, and they benefited because they taught them well. They took them by their hands and led them to gain experience, and that experience is what they are reaping today. So I'm encouraging every one of us, these Saturday trainings, don't come alone. Encourage your downlines to come. invite other people to join you in this business, and definitely put God first. God's time, very important. Thank you so much, and thank you, Karim. You can now bring in your questions.
Okay, I'm sure I was very clear enough, and everyone on the training completely understood. So we don't have questions, or do we have questions?
The name is Obunde actually.
Okay.
Obunde.
Yeah. Karen, I want to first and foremost thank you for the wonderful presentation you made. It's so inspiring, I must say. So talking of the last point, which is hashtag. Yes, you spoke about any post or any content you create in order to have a more visibility, like to other handles. You use the hashtag, hashtag Reels, hashtag Instagram. So I don't know if you did not have those handles, can it still work? Because, for instance, I don't have a visibility on Instagram or on Reels, but I'm on Facebook. I'm active on Facebook, and I post my content on Facebook and hashtag Reels or hashtag Instagram. So does it mean those people on Instagram can still have access to my product on Facebook?
No, when you're doing the hashtag for Facebook has their hashtag for that day, Instagram has their hashtag. But you don't need to be following them, or they don't need to be following you, as long as it is a hashtag. Anyone at all on Instagram, okay, even from Facebook, that comes to that hashtag on Instagram, they can see your product. I don't know if your question is answered.
Yeah. So it does not necessarily mean I must have a hand on the Instagram.
Okay, you must have a handle on Instagram, because if you're posting the hashtag for Instagram, where are you posting it? It is on your Instagram page. And one of the hashtags for Instagram is hashtag Instagram, hashtag viral. And then when you don't put it, when you're not on Instagram, how will these hashtags work when Facebook has their hashtags for the day?
Okay, I now understand clearly that the hashtag works on the handle you are posting it to. Not
exactly.
It will not synchronize to all the handles that you don't even have account with. It's all right.
Yes,
thank you
exactly. Very much. You're welcome, Obunde. Thank you for your question.
That please try and open a Facebook, open an Instagram, and most importantly, Reels. Reels is the in thing now. The video goes so fast, it gains so much visibility. It doesn't cost you much. You can link your Facebook and your Instagram. So when you post on Facebook, it goes to Instagram, but also go to Instagram to use the hashtags. Every social media platform has its own algorithm counting for them, showing your product. So please open a page in these things. It doesn't really cost you anything. Initially, to me, I wasn't an Instagram kind of person. I just feel the life there is so fake and everything. But anyone that is trending, please trend with it. As long as you are selling your product, that's what matters. The end product.
Exactly. Do we have more questions?
Olubodi, I hope I'm not murdering the name. Please go ahead with your question.
Olubodi.
Okay, Ebu, you can go ahead if you are there.
Anybody raising their hand can just unmute and ask their question, please. Anybody can ask a question. If you are raising your hand, please ask your question.
Good evening. Yeah,
Good evening.
Thank you very much for this time. I'm grateful. I've really learned today, and thank you for the expository. Yeah, my question is that you talk about, that number 4. You mentioned something like using fast art. I don't really understand it very well. Where you are talking about sponsoring your what you are posting. I really want to get
Okay.
more knowledge on that. Of course, when you want to sponsor, that requires us paying
Exactly.
yeah. I just want to know to which extent, because I write books. Before I came into this business, I'm a content writer, and I'm a content creator, and I write books. Basically, I study physics. Yeah, yeah, and I write books on physics. Yeah, and I realized that there are on times without number we do adverts, but we realize that it doesn't really go far like that. Is it that maybe I'm doing it wrongly, or what's the approach to it for it to spread?
Okay.
Um,
All right.
let me
All
come in
right.
at this
Thank you
point.
very
Back
much.
to real
Karen,
estate now. How do I modernize, or how do I manage that to make it spread? I've paid severally to sponsor or do advert, but I realized that the
It
number
doesn't
of
work.
things that, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Karen, can I come in
Okay.
at this point?
Yes, of course, please. You can come in.
Because the questions is asking a little bit technical, and what today's training is actually for organic followership growth, right? It's not for paid followership. It's really for organic, because Karen has honed her skill. She has built thousands and thousands of followers with hundreds of thousands of views over time.
Mm,
And I don't think
mm.
she ever ran any advert. Did you run any ad for any of your content that you're
N-
putting out there?
No, no, I didn't. That is why I said it's not a necessity. People choose to go this route, but it's not a necessity. And then something, I'm sorry to come in. And then you know that one thing with sponsored ads is the more you're putting in the money. Okay, let's say you're running an ad for 24 hours. And then sometimes 8 hours into your ad is when it actually starts getting to people, and then you have like 4 hours before it's over, and then that's it. So sometimes when you put this thing, they don't go get to people until hours and hours into the sponsored ads. That is why some people, when they are doing ads, they prefer to do it for 3 days, they prefer to do it for a week, which is the higher the better, because once you do 24 hours, 48 hours, and then sometimes it doesn't get to people until hours and hours into the sponsored ads. So I don't know, maybe you were probably doing for 24 hours, you were probably doing for 48 hours and all. I don't know how you were doing it, but the more the money you put in, the better for you. That's why
All
I
right.
said it wasn't a
Um,
necessity, but you can go that route.
okay. Thank you, Karen. Now,
You're welcome.
Mr. Olubodi.
Yeah, thank you. I'm
Now,
satisfied. Yeah.
hold
Yeah,
on,
just
hold
like she
on.
has said, I've done 24 hours before, and I think I've done 48. And I think she has answered my question rightly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
thank you.
thing is that, let me now speak from the point of
Okay.
a digital marketer, which is my
Okay.
profession. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Let me let you
Okay.
understand that when it comes to running advert, there are a lot of variables. A lot of
Okay.
variables. Number
Okay.
one is your time.
Hmm.
Your time. I mean, number one is time. Then number two is your content.
Hmm.
Then number three, your target audience.
Okay.
There are other variables, but you see these three key variables, if you don't treat them well, you will waste a lot
Okay.
of money. Even if you run adverts for 1 year and you put all the
Hmm.
money you have in heaven and earth, and you
Hmm.
don't put these three things in
Hmm?
place, your adverts will not perform.
I like
Okay.
what?
They will not perform. So number one is what?
Okay.
Time.
Hard, my
Hmm.
sister.
You cannot, please, can you mute, Karen? No, you cannot judge the effectiveness of your adverts until, let's say, after 3 days. If after 1 day, 2 days, your advert is not giving you the results, that is not the time to give up. It
Hmm.
is the time to study, observe, and optimize your campaign. Just be watching it. It is after
Okay.
3 days, when you're not getting the expected results, then you now need to tamper with the ads and see if you can improve it. So some people, within a day, they are not getting results. They begin to change the copy, they change the flyer, they change it, they change that. You have already damaged the life of that particular campaign. It's not going to fly. because you have altered it. And the reason why it happens like that is because for every advert to go out, Facebook first and foremost review the ads. That is when you launch some advert, it says processing. Then after processing, it moves to what? Under review. All right, and then from under review, it goes on to you can mute if you're not speaking. From under review, it goes on to learning phase. There was an ad we ran recently that I did recently for a company. We spent about 100,000 naira. For them, do you know that about 20% of that fund was spent on the learning phase before it started generating massive results? But if I had given up at that point of learning, it wouldn't have been like that. So number one is time. Then number two, your content. Is it flyer you want to use? Is it video? You have to define and decide. Then your caption. We have the normal caption and then we have the headline. The headline is that big text that they see around your graphic that actually draws people's attention. So if your caption or your headline is not catchy enough, you will be missing your people. You'll not get effective results. You'll not get impressive results. But when you take your time to write...
Mr. Olubodi.
I'm here.
Okay. David will take us on a course. In fact, before I came on board, when you were asking that question, I immediately wanted to answer that topic will be a single Saturday training. Facebook ad is even different from what Karen is teaching today. It's a course of its own and is very deep. It's a course divided into different sections. Like it can even be a one Saturday course. If you actually want to deal, you can see David have taken the meeting and has turned it to another thing. But the way he's doing it, so many people might not still understand. So the day he will take that course, he's going to share his screen. Everybody will come with their notepad because there's so many things about targeting. There's so many things. I can tell you that some days I will run ad and I'll spend like thousands and it will not work. So
it will not really generate results like that.
I did one like that, like 3 days. I said, what's happening? I was getting Aboki was reaching out to me. When I said what's happening, they said the thing is still learning. I said, learning what? What is it?
Yeah, what's going on here?
So it's a course on that will hopefully get Mr. David to teach because he's so good in that aspect.
All right. Yeah.
Any other question from anybody before we call it a day? I usually want this class to be a 1 hour class so we don't overstay. Any other?
Okay. Yeah, please. How do I partner with Leadway, please?
Okay, you are in the group. We're going to be sharing that information, the link for you to register and all of that. Share that.
All right. I will appreciate that. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I would like to do same.
All right. We'll be putting that in the group. And we'll be available to help everybody go through this registration process.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, please, can we have Karen's social media handles? I don't know if it has been said before.
Her name is Karen. Is not using any separate thing. Her name is Karen Martin, and then she has a Karen Martin TV.
Okay, I've seen the TV. Okay, if it's the one.
So much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's follow her and see what she's doing because I'm envying her, but I'm not envying her too much because we're in different fields. But I'm glad Karen is
you are envy her. It's good to envy now. It's good to envy. Yeah.
As the brand ambassador, when Karen says a word, I think if not everybody, like if we divide the people on this platform, people have even gone out. Like people on the distance, each time Karen makes a post, you will feel the impact. That's the power of organic growth. People follow you because they know you. Yes. In fact,
that's right.
And take a look at her page. Let me not market her.
Yeah, that means she's doing well.
Market
follow her TV series.
that your husband have suffered. Go and follow her TV series in that her page. She's suffering one man. All right,
That's
thank
right.
you so much, everyone.
All right.
Thank
All
you,
right. Thank you
Ma.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Make
Yeah,
it a
thanks for
day.
your time.
For
Thanks for
next
the
week,
knowledge.
we are going to be having
So surprised seeing
another
her sitting so
thing.
calm.
He said what?
I'm so surprised seeing her sitting so calm. Her mouth used to be so strong.
Okay, thank God you know. So next week we are going to be having another seasoned realtor on this call to take us through. It's a weekly program, and the intention is to help every new realtor grow and gain a grand knowledge. It doesn't remove the physical. If you're in Lagos, it doesn't remove the physical inspection or training, but because of the logistics and so many things, that's why we
You
decided
can be watching Kwan.
Yeah. Thank
Madam
you.
with Sula.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Madam with
we can
bill. When it came,
So please make sure you invite your people to join, because if you know too much and your downline don't know anything, you are still just one person. But if
You
you
are very
duplicate
correct.
yourself, duplicate yourself, then you have backup. It pays. So I look forward to everybody and more people next week Saturday, same time.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate you
Have a
for
lovely
your time.
weekend. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.